This is the same thing that happened with Malachi. This is the same thing that happened with Rusev. It is now happening with the Hurt Syndicate. They don't want to come to AEW and do jobs. They just want to come in and destroy everybody and hope that someday they go back.
Tell them that they're paid by a con.
It's like everyone's back except Aubrey. She's not here today. It's too bad.
Yeah.
Miss her already.
We should make her an offer.
She's a referee for AEW.
Make her an offer.
There's no offer I'm going to make her that's going to have her do this instead of what she's doing. It's just not happening.
It seriously would be awesome if you did, though.
It would, but it's not happening, so leave me alone, everybody. Jiminy Christmas.
Hey, how come we're not moving? I'm not moving.
No, she's not. She's stuck.
You're frozen, it looks like. You don't move much anyway.
Hey, Vinny, did Boyd Pierce have a garage sale?
No.
How dare you? Randy, we think something's wrong with your internet, by the way.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got the Brady Bunch thing going on here.
Brian.
Which we need one more person to get this 3 and 3 on each side. Yes,
Make an
Randy.
offer to Aubrey.
Would you stop it? You make an offer then.
I'm poor.
Open up your pocketbook.
Can you tell the story of how Granny started to appear on the B&V show?
Was it the Dancing with the Stars?
Dancing
or was
with the Stars is how she
No,
started.
I actually think it was before that. I think the very first thing I think we had you do was the Fabulous Moolah book, because I got it in the mail, and I was like, I'm never going to read this. But my grandmother is old. Maybe she'd read it and review it. And then you did, and everyone liked it, so then we kind of gave you a beat.
How long ago was that?
2005.
So yeah, 20 years.
Yeah.
You're in your 70s, Granny.
You were only 75 at the time.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What is the last name shared by a fictional, overaged elementary student and a real founding father who
Did
later
this last
became
week.
American president?
Madison. We did this last week.
Just keep
Right.
moving forward to the next one, Granny.
Right.
We already did this one.
Name that.
We already did this one.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Now I know where Paisley gets it. It's absolute insistence that I'm wrong.
Well, can we call her back?
Why?
Because it's more exciting than talking about this
Oh,
Mid-South
come
stuff.
on. This wasn't that bad.
It was just boring.
We do have a special guest next week, hopefully.
We do?
Remember, Ric Flair's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, on the show.
Yeah.
Not in the studio.
No, sorry.
I mean, he might be here. I haven't heard.
Well, unless he's having surgery in your office.
Hangman Page comes out for a promo, and he challenges Moxley to a Texas death match. All in. Out comes Moxley and Marina, and the fans are on his case. They are chanting bald at him. They are chanting shut the fuck up at him. He appeared to be actually legitimately gotten to. Shaking his head at them, stumbling over his own lines. It was weird.
Hangman has had a Texas death match with John Moxley before, and he beat him. And they made no mention of this whatsoever. Not one single time. The whole promo, Moxley's entire promo, is built around telling Hangman, you don't want Texas deathmatch. You don't want a Texas deathmatch with me. You can't beat me in a Texas deathmatch. And of course, if you mention they've had one before and Hangman won, that just ruins the entire thing. So this might be the first time in AEW history that they really want you to forget something that they did once. So, anyway, that was bizarre.
Mina Shirakawa versus Mercedes Moné with Tony Storm at commentary and Luther at ringside crushing Mercedes' head like kids in the hall. What a great match this was.
This match was awesome.
God damn, what a great match. It's a very different Tony Storm. She looks like she is a witness at the execution of a loved one. She licks Tony's cake, which is not a metaphor.
They didn't put that cake in anyone's face?
No.
Golly.
Maybe they actually ate it backstage.
What a waste of a cake.
Scraped off the part she
No,
licked.
she licked it.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Let me show you.
What a mark I turned out to be. I thought it doesn't fucking matter who number 2 is, so maybe Air Fox can finally catch a win. No, it was in fact exactly how Tony Khan books. The biggest name beat the biggest loser.
Yeah, that is for sure.
This is the worst build to a title match in years.
Yes.
In any promotion
Yes.
on Earth,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
I'm not talking just AEW. I'm talking WWE, New Japan,
Your local indie.
AAA.
Yeah. Defy.
It doesn't matter.
To Layla Championship
This
Wrestling.
is the worst build to a title match I may have ever seen.
It's way up there.
I can't say that. I watched WCW, and I watched a lot of TNA.
I don't know,
But
dude.
in the last decade, I haven't seen anything nearly this bad. This is the same thing that happened with Malachi. This is the same thing that happened with Rusev. It is now happening with the Hurt Syndicate. They don't want to come to AEW and do jobs. They just want to come in and destroy everybody and hope that someday they go back. I mean, people will probably get mad, but like, I'm begging for you. Like, come on. What's happening here? You think Tony's doing this because he wants to? You know what I'm saying? He's never booked anything like this ever. This is clearly one team doesn't want to do any jobs.
Yeah. But I'm not even asking them to do jobs. I'm not even asking them to sell. I'm asking them to go 1 week without killing the top challengers.
I know some people are very upset about the idea of Ospreay and Swerve not challenging for the title for a year. I think it's a fucking great idea. You can't come up with a year's worth of storylines for Hangman. You have to have some plan to put the title on Will Ospreay or Swerve Strickland within a year. There's not another Wembley until next August, okay? So, realistically, if Will's winning the title, it's probably going to be at Wembley.
Right.
They got to sell tickets. Headlining with Will Ospreay challenging for the AEW title at Wembley is the number one match you can do to sell tickets, okay? Well, you can't do it for over a year anyway. So, who gives a shit if he can't challenge for a year? There's 1,000 guys that can challenge Hangman between now and next July. I mean, I could not believe that this was Dynamite 300. And the only reason you would know that is because it was called Dynamite 300. Yeah. They didn't have one 300 episode of
Great
Dynamite
moments
video
in Dynamite
package,
history. Yeah.
A music video. Yep. Hey, let's do a flashback before every commercial. This great moment in Dynamite history.
Sure.
Nothing. Yeah. It was just a normal Dynamite. And actually, it didn't even do that good a number at all. It did a very, very disappointing number.
Your main event, Kota Ibushi versus Kazuchika Okada.
He was a 7 out of 10 on the Kota Ibushi scale. That's not bad at all.
Which is an 11 out of 10
for a
most
normal
humans,
person.
yes.
That would be great. And Okada worked at a 7.
Sure.
Which we cannot always say.
No,
he still did a 3 elbow off the top. But still, he worked way hard. This was in the top 5% of matches he's had in AEW.
Oh, at the top 5 period.
As far as work.
He has not had 5 better AEW matches than this.
And the fans start chanting for Kenny. And he hits the ring with a chair. And Excalibur says, "We have not seen Kenny Omega since he was almost killed in the hands of Okada." And I thought, I actually saw him 20 minutes ago in a fucking cape.
Well, there's that.
Like, they couldn't wait. I don't know, man. So, yeah, I thought this was a largely great show. Very good matches, good build for All In.
Yes, that's the key. So, yes, this is everything a pro wrestling show should be, except for that Hurt Syndicate segment.
Tyson and Tyreek try to interfere. And who should run in but Mike Santana? How many times has this guy been on NXT? 3 times?
Maybe.
4?
I think this was his 3rd appearance.
Bro, it was like Steve Austin ran in. They went wild. Absolutely wild for Santana.
Luca Crucifino comes out for a promo to complete and utter silence. Do you know how much of a disaster your program has to be when the NXT fans don't even care about you? Ava is in her office. On one side is Ricky Saints. On the other is Ethan Page and the Vanity Project. Ava says, "I want a civil conversation." Ricky cuts her off. "Ain't nothing civil about this." And then they proceed to have the civilest conversation on the entire show. TNA Championship contract signing will take place not just on an NXT show, but on an NXT show entitled The Great American Bash.
Yes.
My brain snapped.
Yes.
This is the space-time continuum is no more. It does not exist. The multiverse has collapsed in and itself. We're all just one at this point. That was fucking weird. Jasper Troy versus Yoshiki Inamura.
God damn, this Inamura. Fuck, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Can they sign this guy, like, legitimately and move him up to the main roster? This guy is so great.
Blake Monroe makes a save. They clean house. And Ava comes out and books a tag team match. A tag team match! It's Jordan and Blake versus Fallon and JC for next week. And Vic says, "What an unbelievable decision just made by our general manager." Are our standards really that low? 4 people were fighting, and she booked them in a tag match. This
Well,
is
yeah,
unbelievable.
you know, for Ava, actually,
Jesus.
I mean, that is something to celebrate. She got something right.